This episode was recorded prior to Angel City FC's May 9th match versus the Utah Royals. Our thoughts and prayers are with Savvy King and her family, and we send our deepest gratitude to the medical staff and first responders who assisted Savvy on the pitch and afterwards. We want you to BFFR about motherhood here, okay?
The parents who say, I don't have a favorite, it depends on the day.
They do a dance battle in the living room.
Yeah.
And someone wins that. And then they are also competing to see who will sleep next to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tough for these two
competition
kiddos.
In the Leroux household, yes.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of BFFR.
Before we get into it, because we're going to get into it, maybe remind you to follow us on social media at BFFR Show, subscribe to the show on YouTube, and follow us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We don't really care where you're listening, how you're listening, as long as you're listening to us.
And please rate and review the show.
5 stars.
It helps people find us, and we definitely want to be found. You can also call us at 1-833-TXT-BFFR.
That's 1-833-898-2337.
And if you are scared to get on that telephone, you can also email us at feedback@bffrshow.com.
We love hearing from you. Your question or comment might be on the show.
Sid, kick us off with an affirmation.
Our peace is non-negotiable.
Amen.
Amen. Poos, poos.
Yesterday was a very important day because yesterday was Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Sydney, my boo-boos.
Thank you, boo-boos.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I have
my mom, too.
We all deserve a Bev t-shirt on. If you can, this is one of my favorite shirts, obviously. Make sure to give it some love. That's me and my mom after New Zealand won our first ever World Cup game not last summer, in 2023.
Wow.
How do you like to celebrate Mother's Day?
Alone. Like every mother. By myself in a hotel room. Nothing to do. Just watching shows. I'm around them 24/7.
I
know. They sleep with me. They sleep with me. I don't want someone making me feel guilty because I don't. My peace is non-negotiable, like the affirmation.
Well, did you get that?
No. Never got that. Unless we're on the road.
My mom also did not get that, but I would give her coupons every Mother's Day and birthday and Christmas. I would make these beautiful coupons offering up massage, breakfast in bed, dinner, and I would just pray that she would never cash in. And she never did. I think she still has the
She's going to cash in now.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Ignore that, Beverly.
Oops.
What do they do for you since you are not alone at a hotel room watching shows?
Well, it's not like they do anything. They'll for sure make me a card at school.
Yeah.
But Cassius loves to make me cards like all the time.
Oh, he's always loved writing you notes.
And writing me notes. I actually have some of his text messages. These are not Mother's Day. This is
any day. Because every day for Cassius is Mother's Day.
Yes.
This is the mama's boy of all mama's boys.
Yes. But like not a weird mama's boy. You know those like weird
not
ones? You better not be. Okay. I love you so much for making me laugh because you don't know how much I appreciate you and your love. I'm so sorry to make you work so hard almost every single day, but I hope this makes your day. I love just a Friday.
Okay.
I love you because without you, my life wouldn't have been fun. But with you, my life is funner than any mom in history. So I'm sad because you work too hard. So I hope you will try to work less harder. Because one time I was working hard in soccer and I was so tired that I got a cramp for 5 minutes. And after the 5 minutes was over, I did not work harder. But I did score more than 3 goals. So that is why I made this big sentence. You're welcome to be in this beautiful world. God made me and you both amazing.
Wow.
My boy.
Well, to all the mothers out there, may you have this much love that Cassius shows Sydney every day.
Yes, he does.
And we are very grateful for all of you, especially Bev and Sandy and Sydney.
Also, Cassius wrote you a sweet little note too.
He did. This is so far as close as I've gotten to feeling like a mom, I guess, being an aunt and having auntie duties. Okay, this was after the wildfire. I'm very sorry for your house burning down. You don't deserve. You did nothing wrong. Angry face. I hope it will never happen again, and it better not happen again, because if it does, I will make sure I will bring the whole pool. We'll see you after this break. Okay, Mom, you ready for this? We want to get the lowdown. We want you to BFFR about motherhood here, okay?
I can do that.
I know you can. I know you can. For the people.
For the people.
Let's start off easy, Sid. What is the best part about being a mom?
Oh my goodness. The love. Like the love that I have for these human beings and the love that they have for me. Like there's no question that they love me so much. And there's no question that they know I love them so much. And I think that part is just the best.
Do you have a favorite?
Depends on the day.
Okay. What
if the parents who say, "Oh, I don't have a favorite," it depends on the day.
Okay. Okay. Who like what does a good day look like for each of them? Like when are you like, yeah, you're my favorite right now?
Oh, well, they both like to play off of each other, and then they'll be like, "Mommy, she's just not being a good girl, is she? Not today." And then Rue will come up and be like, "He hit me. He hit me in the head." And I'm like, "No, he didn't." And then she'll put the tears on, and then she'll come to like be picked up. She loves to be picked up.
Yeah.
Still at 6 years old, but she's the size of a 3-year-old. So.
She truly is. And I fall for it every time.
Yes, everyone does. I know.
That little girl.
I know.
I would give her anything and everything for her to love me.
Yeah. She does love you.
It works. She knows what she's doing.
She does.
Yeah.
She knows who to get.
She does. Yes. I was a very easy target. But now, because we would interact so much at the facility, and I had to compete with 25 other aunties. But now I come over here and we're playing with stickers and maybe a little makeup. We made smoothies. So yeah. And I was Auntie Allie, and now I'm Allie. Auntie Allie.
Auntie Allie. I know. I hate it. I'm like, where did the little baby voice go?
Yeah, I know. They're so grown up. And they have really busy schedules, Sid. Tell us, you have a busy schedule, but then you are also driving, picking up. Give us a little insight into what Sid the mom is doing after coming to training, going to meeting, activation, training, lift, and then lunch and going home. And then it's like her day begins.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just the beginning.
Yeah, that was the appetizer.
Yeah. I wake up at like 5:36. I have my little time in the morning, but Cassius also likes to wake up early. So he gets to have some mommy time. It's always a fight in the morning. We're always trying to get out of the house. We never do on time. But I drive them to school, drop them off, and then from there I go to practice, do all the things, and then I come home, and then no, I don't come home. I pick up the kids from school.
Yeah.
And then I take Rue to her tutoring, and Cassius and I just hang out for a little bit. But I do the weekends. My weekends are a little crazy because sometimes, and this has happened a lot, but Cassius will have a game early, like 7:15
Yeah.
arrival.
Yeah. Sometimes coached by Coach Lucas.
Yeah. And it's like an hour and a half away.
Yep.
And so that's what I did like before a game. And our game was at 1. So I drove him and we came from his game to our game. Yeah.
Cassius, 2 years ago, Cassius, Rue, Sid, and I would shower after the games.
Yes.
And then we'd put them in their jammies and they would have their cute little jammies with their different prints on them. And then we'd take them into the director's lounge, get food. They'd be a bit riled up and then she'd have to, they'd fall asleep on the way home.
Yeah.
But at some point you decided Cassius he got a little too old for that.
Yeah. He got a little too old for that. It's so crazy because I've heard like all of these things about like naked mom or like naked family. And I'm like, of course, like I grew up like that and like it's just me and them. So like, what am me trying to like change on my own is not happening.
No.
So there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
I asked for my privacy. It ain't happening.
No.
So I don't know. It's just, it's just normal.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in a naked family.
Yeah.
Parents just walking around naked.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will be the same.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was so mortified when I realized that my friends didn't have naked families and they hadn't seen their mom and dad naked.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, me neither.
Right.
Like, Mom, get away. Like,
I know.
Put it away.
Yeah. My mom used to always see me naked. And then I got a tattoo and hid from her.
Oh.
And then I was like, Mom, I'm old now. Don't be gross.
We shared a bathroom. I had my bedroom, they had their bedroom, and we shared a bathroom. We just had, two bedrooms, 1 bathroom in our house before we remodeled it. And so it was just kind of, and there's no locks or anything. So, but yes, I was the same at some point. It was like, leave me alone. Don't come in.
Yeah. One day Cassius is going to be like, ew, disgusting.
Yeah.
You're gross. Well, then get out of my room.
Yeah.
Stop sleeping in bed with me. Go away.
Well, how do you feel about this whole gentle parenting phenomenon?
It is a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Would you say I'm a gentle parent?
Not in the sense that I read and see moms saying you can't say no.
Yeah,
and
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just...
To me.
Yeah. But I mean, I have never seen you raise your voice or like spank them. But I know that they understand when with the tone and you do a little like a look.
Yeah. I don't need to hit them. I don't need to yell. I just...
Yeah.
You got to get the neck,
your
neck muscles popping out. I got this one good vein here and they know I'm fucking for real.
And they love you and they want your affection and your approval so much that I feel like they tighten up quick. Like they'll zip it up. When,
yeah. But I can always tell like kids who are like very much gentle parented and
like at school?
No, just like if we're out to dinner or something like that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I remember I had the kids, we were walking in the mall somewhere and a little girl, she was like older than Cassius. And she was like, I want this now. And I was like, I looked at the kids and I was like, and the mom's like, we can't today, honey. I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
In front of all these people, you think that's how you're going to act? No. Imagine you doing that as a kid. Or I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine doing that as a child.
Oh, no.
or having like a full-blown tantrum just because my mom didn't purchase something for me. Oof.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't gentle parented,
No,
but
neither was I.
yeah.
Yeah, but I would say I'm a gentle parent in the sense that like I don't spank, yell, but I'm not a gentle parent in
You say
what I
no, you'll
say
say no. Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
goes. And when I say no, I mean no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they know that.
And they know that. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if this is a hot take, but how do you feel about on Mother's Day pet moms being celebrated or posting, or like, do pet moms get their flowers on Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like I'm not only a human mom, but I treat the dogs like human beings.
They eat like human.
They do. They eat better than
Very
I do.
lucky humans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, whatever, have a little fun with it. It's nothing in comparison to having a child, I can tell you that. But, yeah, I love it because I was a pet mom before the kids.
Yeah, you were.
You
You
know,
were.
I had
Yeah.
Boss, and he was the love of my life.
Mm.
And then the kids came, and yeah, a dog is a lot easier, I'll tell you that.
What about cussing?
The kids have grown up with me and the team around
Yeah.
all the time.
And you've never said, I'll kind of go, oops, or something, and
No,
they
I'll
don't
be
really
like,
bat an eye.
no, they don't. Because I let them know like it's around us, like
Mhm.
bad words and things that people shouldn't be saying at your age
Right.
is around us.
Yeah.
And the rule is you can hear that word, but you cannot say it. So
Yeah.
it's on like music and stuff like that. I don't
Mhm.
really like, there's no clean versions going on in my car because I feel like they know that those are not words to ever be said out of their mouth.
Yeah.
But it's hard to like imagine like not like how would I take all of that away?
Yeah. Censoring everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Well, I've never heard either of them utter a bad word, so.
No.
But they definitely hear us.
They definitely do. They definitely do. Like, you said a bad word, and I said, and I'll say it again because I'm not happy.
Well, mommy's allowed to.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I do feel like I'm interviewing you here a little bit
Yeah.
because it's our Mother's Day episode.
It
And
is.
you know, I want you to be able to share your experiences, and I will get into it later, but you know, I'm doing some family planning with the IVF and the embryo freezing, but I've asked you this before, but I think everyone should hear it. How did you know you were ready to be a mom?
I wasn't. I absolutely wasn't. I'm still not ready. I'm learning as we go. I'm learning as the days go on.
Yeah.
And I think that like you learn with your children, like what do they need? What are they missing right now? And you know, you're just doing the best you can at all times.
Yeah. And it seems like players, not everyone, but there is like this, there's the calendar, there is the international calendar, when's the Olympics, when's the World Cup. But with you and with Rue, your schedule kind of got blown out the window.
Yeah. I was also planning.
Yeah.
And Rue, the baby was supposed to be born in March, and then I would have been able to like go for the rest of the season. And then I lost the baby pretty late into the first trimester. And obviously, like all of my planning went out the window because I was just like, yeah, it was probably the hardest thing that you can go through. But I got pregnant with Rue really like fast, but it was not the same like pregnancy as the one that I had with Cassius. I was like so naive and everything was easy. And with Rue, I was just like scared like every second. So it changes some things, but the planning can't really, I don't think you can plan. You can try as best as you can, but first of all, it's not always that easy to get pregnant.
Yeah. Learning that now.
Yeah. You spend your life being like, no. And then when you try, you're like, oh, this is kind of difficult. Hence why we Freeze.
Yes.
Freeze the eggs.
Freeze the eggs. Freeze the embryos.
Yeah.
How was the comeback? Because you came back quickly, and it was amazing to follow when you were in Orlando and seeing how far up to Rue's birth that you continued to train. But did you feel supported in all of that? Do you think we've made progress now?
Yes, I don't feel like I was when I was first like doing things. Like the comments were awful.
Really?
Yeah. Like
because
awful because I was playing and I was pregnant. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like visibly pregnant, obviously. And I'm like, I think they thought that I was playing in games and like fucking going into tackles, and like I was just running and doing the things that I could do. And now I feel like people aren't so up their ass and they are able to like do their pregnancy how they want to. As long as you're being safe within like your own boundaries.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, we're getting slightly better at commenting on women's bodies and what women want to do with their bodies, but still not all the way there.
Nope. Nope. But yeah, I wanted to come back because that was my like what I was gonna do with the baby that I lost. And so in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm coming back this season. And I was like 40 pounds over, like with baby weight still. Everyone says when you breastfeed, you lose all the weight. It's not for everyone. I just want to let you know that, because I held on to every single pound plus more when I was breastfeeding. So take a note.
You also, some of the girls tried your breast milk.
Yeah, they did.
Unfortunately, that was before I arrived.
Yeah. You would have tried it.
Of course.
Yeah. It's sweet. It's like watery sugar milk.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, but it was warm, so some people were like, "Ugh." But it was just the temperature.
Yeah.
If it was cold, it would have been fine. Yeah, it was normal.
How do you feel like your dynamic as a mom of one and then two? Like, how did that change things for you?
Well, I was like, two were in diapers. I was traveling with both of them on the road, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is crazy. But you don't know that you're in like chaos and craziness when you're in it.
Yeah.
You know, you just do it. And I think like a lot of people ask me like, you know, how do you balance? There is no balance. You just like do what you do and, you know, hope it's not traumatic for anyone.
Sid had a Whoop. I still wear mine. Sid doesn't wear hers all the time for good reason. But when we had them in Orlando, and Sid would come to training, and I think the kids were sick. Also, you guys went through and everyone had COVID, and she would have 4%, 1%, 9%, and go out and just kill it in training. Go home, take care of the kids. Something would be going on. Cassius would have some soccer. And we would just ask you this kind of all the time. And you would just say, like, this is my life. Like, I can't not do it. I can't not take care of them, get them to where they need to be. And if they can't sleep, I can't sleep. But I go to work the next day and I keep doing it. And then we would go on the road. And if she didn't bring the kids, would just sleep for 14 hours.
I
and get
really
back
would.
In the green.
Yeah. I'd be like 100% sleep score. Yeah, truly. I still don't sleep well now because they sleep in bed with me. But I did get a pregnancy pillow. So now I've like blocked myself off. So like no one can come in my space. But every night it's a fight between who gets to sleep next to me. Tears. There's tears. There's frustrations. And I'm like, I don't want to sleep next to anyone.
So they have to compete. You tire them out. They do a dance battle in the living room. Yeah. And someone wins that. And then they are also competing to see who will sleep next to you. It's really tough for these two
competition
kiddos.
In the Leroux household. Yes. We bring it. We bring it every day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And they wanted to kill each other all the time.
Yeah.
But I have seen a bit of
A little bit.
reconciliation
Yeah,
between them.
a little bit. They play really nice sometimes. And I'm like, oh. And then 2 minutes later, it's like someone's crying, someone did something. And I'm like, you guys have to deal with it on your own. You can't come to me every single time there's a little tiff.
A little spat.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
you froze your eggs.
mhm.
Are you think another Leroux?
I'm not like closing the door,
Okay.
but I feel like the kids are like, I got a boy and a girl. And you know, I'm out of the like baby stage and it's like really fun now. Like I don't have to lug 2 car seats around when we travel. Like it's just easy.
Yeah.
The sleep is not crazy. It is, but it's not as crazy as when they were babies. But I would like to see, like, I would like to be a new mom and not have soccer. Yeah. I would like to see how that feels.
That reminds me. Do you remember when you told me, Al, you should wait. Wait
I do.
until after.
I tell everyone, you know, take your time. Take your time. But I do, like, I love what I've done with the kids and I love that they could see me, you know,
I know.
do all the things.
When you
So,
made your comeback and we're playing for Angel City and Cash is just the emotion
I know.
he showed. Your bond is just so strong and it's so sweet, which is why it's so funny because she brings these 2 stunning Nike model children around us and is like, nah, you should wait. Like where they're wearing her jersey, like all of these things that I used to think about. But I took your advice. I figured if my best friend who is a mom is telling me, you know, finish your career, especially at this point, getting to the final chapter here, then I think I will wait. But I just, it's not just about playing and not wanting to take that time away or then after having a family to support, but like the time and the energy, but also just financially. It's scary. And the game
kids
now
are expensive.
Yeah. And the game has progressed so far, but you know, I'm not going to experience or have these salaries and these contracts that these young players are having and not for many years. And it just, I think I had this image and I'm so happy to see my friends Zashira Musovic and Amanda Ilestedt, Simona Boya, these players that were young players at Rosengård when I was there in Sweden and seeing them now. One is playing in Sweden, and 2 are in England, and seeing them be able to step away and and have their babies is so special. And I saw that for myself, but I just, with the way we get paid with the national team and with my contract, and supporting Lucas when he came over here before he could work, before he had his green card, that was stressful enough.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to bring
For
a
sure.
baby into the world and into our life if I didn't feel like I
100%.
could support them and give them everything they need. But yeah, maybe we're closer now than we ever have been to at least being able to try.
Oh, you guys will be the best parents. Come on.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's the IVF process has been
it's a lot. It's heavy. Yeah. I mean, we went through it together for sure, but I knew that like that was really hard on you for sure.
Yeah.
It's like a lot on your body.
It is. And I didn't know enough about women's health and our fertility and the statistics. And of course, everyone is completely different, but there are certain statistics that when you reach a certain age that I have now passed, how hard it can really be.
Yeah, I just passed that like 3 days ago.
Yeah. Well, it's I know. It's something that I really hope one of the reasons why I want to share my journey is to connect with other people and be a source of support or a resource. But also, man, I just want the younger players to know what I didn't know.
Yes, yeah.
And just to be prepared. And just so it is a choice and not get to either the end of their career or an age, whenever it is, but just a stage where it's a lot harder and just not.
When you're young, you think you're untouchable. Oh, I could do that. It's easy.
Well, and everyone's telling you like to protect yourself and like,
be
careful. And then now I'm like, no, it's actually really hard to get pregnant.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I haven't tried in a long time, but yeah, it is. And like, if I was alone and I didn't have a partner, I was thinking about just having another baby by myself because it's what I've done since day one. So I always say, like, if a woman or a man isn't like with someone, but they want a child so badly and they're able to do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
And you make it work, like you were saying, like you find a way.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just with women's sports and how long it's taken for fertility and menstrual cycle tracking and family planning to become part of the conversation. It was like when I was in college, we just talked about strength training.
Yeah.
And then finally nutrition and sleep came into the picture. Recovery came into the picture. And now there's all these tools, technology, modalities. And now finally, a lot of these conversations were still led by men. And clubs, they're run by men, or it's a club that had a tradition of having a men's team and then got a women's team.
Yeah.
Or you're running a league and a CBA is based off maybe the MLS, like all of these things. But until you get women at the table and having these conversations, we are thinking about what it's like to need maternity leave, to want to have some coverage, some support for IVF or family planning, for embryo freezing, whatever it might be. But yeah, I think that's something we've talked about a lot, is like, for the women who are parents and who want to become parents, how can we keep talking about this and be heard and just make sure that it's being thought about when decisions and what goes under the salary cap, or what kind of sponsors can we get who will support women, because we should be able to do whatever we 100%. Want in this life. We all love our
moms.
Our moms, especially this wonderful mother.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing these amazing stories with us, enlightening us.
Yes, and please share with us from the feedback if one of my boobs fell out of here.
That would be helpful as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We are not done yet, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more BFFR. It's time for happy hour at Bar BFFR, where we serve up our L's and dubs of the week and answer one of your burning questions from the hotline.
Here we go.
What
is something you're loving?
I am a huge rugby fan.
Oh, okay. I know the story.
I can't get enough. So obviously my dad is from New Zealand. So I grew up, he'd wake me up at 3 a.m. and we'd watch the All Blacks. But that was a very, very long time ago. And I didn't know anything about women's rugby. It definitely wasn't on TV. And now I have watched the 15s. I went to the 7s championship weekend. And these women are electric. They are so fit. And they're not getting their flowers as they should be, because they're just so inspirational. And it reminds me of where soccer was, I don't know how many years ago, but like they have to travel, play abroad to be able to make money, and there aren't a lot of leagues. And I hope that rugby gets really, really big. The 15s World Cup is this summer.
Okay.
The Women's World Cup, obviously. And the 7s just finished up their league. The Blackburn 7s, they're my heroes. I got to do a jersey swap with them. And I was just feeling so inspired. And to be able to connect with some Kiwis in LA was really, really special.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just going to I love women's sports. shock to nobody.
Of course.
But I'm really on the rugby, both the 15s and 7s bandwagon. If you haven't checked these players out, US, Japan, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, whoever you need to, I am a huge fan and you should be too.
Mm-hmm.
What are you loving?
I'm loving that I turned 35 years old this week.
35, flirty, and thriving. How do you feel? You look great.
Thanks. Thank you. I feel really happy. Like I'm at a really happy place in my life. I think like the 30s, I don't know, you just like have your shit together a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell everyone that. I feel like they don't believe me.
No.
But then I'm excited because women in their 40s have also said it just gets even better. So
I heard when you get to your 40s, you get a little rowdy.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Soon. Okay, so it's your birthday. You're loving that. Do you also have a win?
The pregnancy pillow. I've been getting more sleep.
Okay, so that made a big difference for you.
Yeah. The pregnancy pillow. It's new. So I've been getting more sleep.
How big of a section of the bed do you get?
It's a full U shape. So it takes up half the bed. And it's like quite a big, so you can't just like roll over to me.
So they can't, you have a full boundary.
Yeah.
A fence, basically.
Yeah, it is.
That was smart.
Mm-hmm. Genius.
Well, I feel like the theme of the episode, I'm going to share that we found out how many viable embryos we got from cycle 2, and we got 3. We have 4 viable embryos. Mm-hmm. So now they're there on ice, waiting for when it's time.
Waiting for when you're ready.
Yeah. And I think for anyone wondering, because I did get questions when we were doing IVF, there have been people who thought that I was now pregnant. I am going to try to come back to soccer until I can't or don't want to. So I don't know when that is. My contract with Angel City is up at the end of this year, but I don't want that to be a timeline. I'm going to keep trying until I feel or a doctor tells me it's time to stop. And when that moment comes is when we would make use of one, or my dad calls them the quadruplets now. He's like, put them all in at once. No, I won't.
No.
Maybe 2. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't want to put 2 in.
Well, I don't, but it's like maybe then you would get 1, but then yes, also maybe you would get 2. Maybe you get none, but
okay.
I trust Dr. Mandelbaum. We'll see what she says.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, what about an L? Did life serve you an L this week?
I turned 35 years old.
Sydney.
It's a win and a loss.
Silly goose.
No. I don't really have, it's my birthday and Mother's Day, a couple days apart. I think it's a good week.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Great.
I actually don't, though, because I wish that things were pushed, because it's like, are you going to get me a birthday present, or are you going to get me a Mother's Day present? It's never both. It's never both. It's like being born on Christmas. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not getting both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind for next year for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I just have to say this. My L is my husband hitting snooze on his alarm in the morning when he has to get really early.
Again.
And I just think that's unacceptable. I think
you do hate that.
Yeah. I think that if you snooze your alarm, then you should sleep alone. So we'll see. I definitely was clear, but yeah, no, snoozers are for losers.
Oh, love that.
And
write that down.
Yeah, I just came up with that. I have a trend for you.
Okay.
It was my turn to find a trend.
Okay.
And I found a fashion trend for 2025, which we are like halfway through, but thong sandals are back, Sydney.
Can't.
We were doing slides for a long time. We got slides. We have clogs. The thong between the toes. Apparently it's back.
It always gives me blisters. I can't.
Okay, so it's a no from you.
No. It's like really gets right in there,
You must be really like flipping and flopping.
Yeah, I do. I walk fast.
You do.
So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the 8 ball, but I'm also going to tell you a story that I thought it was so embarrassing that my mom would call them thongs when I was like, before
They're
I like wore a
thongs.
thong. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like I flip-flops. And so
Mm.
when I was like, I don't know, hitting puberty, and I had friends over, and my mom was like, Alex, your thongs are in the living room. And I was like, Mom, don't call them that. They're flip-flops.
Bless
Yeah,
Bev.
I know. Okay.
What about you? Do you like flip-flops?
I have to wear very supportive shoes, so I can't wear slides, or
Yeah.
I have to wear
Same.
sneakers, running shoes. Except for the show, I try on some nice shoesies. According to the Magic 8 Ball, thong sandals in 2025, don't count on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Said what it said.
Okay, you have the fan question for us this week.
I do have the fan question.
This was sent in by Emily from LA.
Fan question. My ex likes me again.
Oh.
I've been trying to move on. Should I engage?
Oh gosh, not another relationship question. I'll let you take this one.
Come back. They always come back. I don't know. It depends if you want to be petty. I enjoy a petty,
like engage, but not get back together.
Yeah.
Okay. But like throw them a little bone, make them think.
Yeah. A little breadcrumb here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wondering I've been trying to move on. I'm like, this probably wasn't good for you.
No. Agreed. So you can't play the petty card. You have to be completely over the person to play, to be petty.
Yeah. I say don't engage. Just
don't engage.
Cut them off. Cut them off.
Put your read receipts on so that he knows you read it and that you didn't respond to him. You're welcome.
All right. Do you want to remind us of our affirmation for this week, Sid?
Our peace is non-negotiable. Specifically for the fan question.
Cut them off.
Red, left on red. Love that. Love that for you. Let us know how it goes.
Thank you so much for tuning into our special Mother's Day episode on BFFR Show, the podcast. We appreciate you listening week after week. We're loving it, right?
We love it. We love it. We love it here.
We love it here.
Chicken loves it here.
Yeah. Chicken is
Cheeky.
so relaxed
It's time.
here. We're back.
How do you feel?
Chicken, tell them. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show across all social media platforms at BFFR Show.
Right? She said, fuck yeah.
She said there's bonus content.
My baby.
Thank you for tuning in. We will see you here next Monday.